here's our plan to sell the house, but here's our plan to help you be able to buy the next home and what we're going to do to our aggressive approach. Hey there, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Tom Ferry Show. This is Coach Bill Pipes coming at you as always, alive, excited, and full of energy here. Obviously, Tom is not able to be here today. So, I'm very excited to have the opportunity to actually be sharing this Tom Ferry Show with one of our great coaches, one of our great speakers, Mr. Jeff Mays. Right? You know what? Let me just bring Jeff in here right now. Jeff, say hello to everyone on the Tom
Ferry Show. How's it going out there, everybody?
Good, excellent. So, hey guys, great market that we're experiencing right now. I personally coach 42 people and across the boards in North America, Canada and across all the United States. What we're seeing right now is that this market is on fire. I've got people saying to me, oh my gosh, Pipes, it's like 2017, right? Or even people going, I'm sort of, very cautious about saying this, right? Because sometimes our drunk monkey, our sort of internal dialogue, when we look back on the past and we remember certain things, it makes us like, oh gosh, are we a bubble? Is this going to happen? But look, I have people going, I've been in the business for 25, 30 years. I have never seen the market this strong. So I want to say this to every single one of you. First of all, congratulations. Because if the market is strong, that means that you're working aggressively right now. And, congratulations, for the hard work that you did, for loading the cannon, right? And for keeping your foot on the gas right now as well, too. Now, this market that we're in right now, although strong and very robust, okay, also has its challenges that come along with it. Jeff and I just got off a call with a great team, Corinne Nguyen's team, and they were talking about we're working hard. Oh my gosh, we're burning out. Burnout can be a challenge. Getting offers accepted is a challenge. And one of the challenges that we want to talk to you guys about here today is the challenge of having sellers or seller leads that say, hey, we're concerned, we'd love to move forward, but the problem is, if we sell, right, and the market is so strong and inventory is so low, we have no place that we could go, right? We don't want to be homeless. We don't want to have to rent. We don't want to have to move 2 times, etc. So we really want to tackle that today with you in the short 5 to 7 minutes that we actually have right now. And obviously, for those of you that don't know Jeff Mays, Jeff has been, Jeff, give them the 20-second intro to Jeff Mays.
22nd, my life changed the moment I met you and Tom 30 years ago. I have been an agent in Richmond. I'm a coach of about 80 of the top clients out there, and just want to share all the information I can out there. And it's a super strong market, and we've got to capitalize on everything right now.
Yeah, and guys, here's what I would say to you. With the election coming up, one of the things that you've got to recognize is you've got a window of opportunity, and Ferry talked about this, Tom talked about this. You've got a window of opportunity right now of about 90 days before we see potentially the slowdown that we always see prior to election, the historic slowdown. So, you got to be pushing hard right now and getting those sellers to be able to come to market so that they can take advantage of, the incredible activity that's there from the buyers, to be able to get them the multiple offers, et cetera. So Jeff, you and I were talking about this last night at dinner. We've had this happen time and time again, whether it was 2006 and 7, whether it was 2011 and 12 when the market got legs, whether it was 2017 where we've seen this type of trend where it's low inventory. I think most places in the United States inventory levels are off by about 50% year over year. When you get that seller that says, listen, if we would list, but we don't have any place to go, so we're concerned about doing that. Talk just a little bit about your, how you've handled that in the past.
Bill, I think this is like what I call a frozen market. It's a frozen market. They don't know where to go, and they have to put their home on the market, so it's kind of like what comes first, right? So I think letting a seller know they're in control, okay? At the end of the day, I wrote down number one, look, we could extend the closing date out. If it doesn't work for you, we could extend the closing date out so you could have more time to find another home. The second thing, letting them know they're in control. We could always sell the home and rent back for a couple months until you find a home. The third thing is we could make it subject to you finding a property. Like literally, like we need another 3 or 4 days while you're doing the inspections to find the property. Make it subject to finding a property. And then the last thing, hey, again, you're in control. If it doesn't work, if it's not the right timing, you can turn down any offers. They need to understand they're dictating the terms. Many of you are probably like, they won't agree to that. You know what? Buyers will agree to these terms right now. Why? Because they're so desperate to get in homes. Don't you think, Bill?
Absolutely. And I think letting this, what Jeff said, letting the seller know that they are in the driver's seat, that they are in control. And also, here's the key, that they have options. Okay. I'm seeing more and more than I ever have before, where buyers are willing. I was just talking to one of our great clients, Destry Johnson. Big shout out to Destry down in outside of Temecula. Destry said, yeah, and he's a strong listing agent. He goes, just about probably 50% of the properties that I'm selling right now, they're renting back for 45 days, and the buyers have no problem whatsoever. They're excited that just to even get the offer accepted as the buyer, right? So, and if you're working with a lot of buyers, this is a great thing to be able to put in the contract as well too, that you're willing to actually rent back to the seller for 45 to 60 days as well too.
They may accept your offer because you're flexible on the timing, or understand they need to find somewhere to go.
I reached out to a lot of our great clients that are strong listing agents, and I said, how are you guys handling this? And I want to share with you, this came from Mr. Tom Toole in Philadelphia. Tom, another strong listing agent. I said, Tom, how do you handle this? He said, here's what I say. He said, I tell the seller this, it's a valid concern. And a lot of my past clients, a lot of the clients that I've worked with have felt the same way. What they found is that this question demonstrates the importance of us getting together so that I can show you how our team wins bidding wars, identifies off-market properties, and make sure we look at options for you, and that is what you want, right? So the other piece is this. Being able to let that seller know that you're not just going to be working on getting their home sold for the highest offer and the highest price, but also here's what I'm going to do for you on the buy side while we're selling the home to be able to help you find that property. We're not just going to be looking on the MLS. I'm going to be prospecting, right, to be able to, while we're selling your house, to find you your next home as well too. So to be able to actually build that value proposition, that degree of separation of what you're going to be doing for them as they buy, in addition to sell, I think is absolutely critical. I asked the same question to Greg Cummings, right? Greg Cummings, another one of our great agents. Greg's down in San Diego as well too. Greg's response was this. He said, Pipes, this is what I say. That's a valid concern. And that's exactly why buyers hire me to find them a home. You see, our team doesn't just wait for a home to show up on the MLS. We proactively call. We door knock, maybe not right now. Okay, so they're not door knocking right now, but in a normal market, they say that. We mail letters and we make targeted social media posts to homeowners, letting them know we have a buyer, right, that's interested in possibly their home. And if we were to find you the perfect home, rather than wait for the perfect home, would that work for you? So both of these great agents that are earning well over $1 million per year sort of take the same approach. They say, here's our plan to sell the house, but here's our plan to help you be able to buy the next home and what we're going to do to our aggressive approach. Jeff, anything that you want to add to that?
I think that's the key, is getting these sellers off the fence, letting them know there's options. You can find them something, go through the timing around this, and when they feel comfortable, they will move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got short Tom Ferry show here today. You got 2 scripts that you can use. You got Jeff who gave you a list of about 4 or 5 different things that you can actually position as strategies to be able, whether it's the rent back, the delayed closing, right? Any of those, we're seeing that work over and over and over again. The main thing is let the seller know that in most cases, they're in control. And then show them your value, not just on selling the house, but also in your ability to help them be able to find the home as they're selling the property with you as well too. All right. We know Tom's going to be back here very soon, right? It has been a pleasure with this short but direct and very strategic Tom Ferry show. Jeff, thank you for being on it, right? Thank you guys for watching. And remember, hey guys, you got 90 days before we see the historic slowdown. The question that you should be asking yourself is, how hard are you going to push? And will you in November be looking back thinking, I wish I would have worked a little bit harder. I wish I would have prospected a little bit stronger. I wish I would have devoted more time. Or will you be going, I loaded that freaking cannon, right? I closed a bunch of transactions. And you know what? I've got so much business ready to pop come into November when the election's over that it's ridiculous. Okay, guys, thanks again for your time. Hope you enjoyed this. We sure had fun doing it. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.